Hey everybody, good afternoon and thank you for tuning into Old Iron Garage. Today I am here checking out this Bolens QT17 tractor. It has a mower deck with it, and then over there in the weeds you can kind of see there is a rototiller with it. So I'm checking this out. I might be dragging this home today. I brought my usual tow pig, the Grand Cherokee, and a trailer over there. I had to use the Jeep to drag this thing out of the weeds. So let's check it out. I have not yet looked into it. It was sitting in that building for a long enough time that it was up to the axles in dirt, which is why there's dirt all over the mower deck. Hopefully a lot of the finer particles of that will blow off on the way home. So this is equipped from the factory with a 17 horsepower Kohler opposed twin engine, a Kohler K17. So we're just gonna kind of look it over. I assume it's been a long time since it's ran, so I don't expect it to just fire up and drive up on the trailer. Looks like there's somebody's custom hitch on there, but I've got an original hitch for it that I can throw on at home off of one of the parts tractors. As usual, the original FMC seat is roached. Very unfortunate. I would love to at least find one nice original to put on one of my tractors. The shield that goes on top of this is laying over there on top of that rototiller. For its age and sitting for a long time, visually it appears to be in decent condition, though I noticed that the pedal for the drive pedal for the hydro stat drive is seized up. So let's take a walk over here and take a look at the tiller. Here that is. It appears to have a drive shaft with it. You can see down here. And also appears to have the grass chute down in here as well, laying underneath it. Hopefully the lift rod for this is here with it somewhere. Alrighty, so I'm gonna check it over a little further and make my decision on if I'm buying it or not. Okay, so looking into it, I brought a good battery along, I threw that in there, and just to see if it would crank over, and it doesn't crank over. It clicks. You can hear the solenoid click, but the engine might be stuck, possibly from years of sitting, or who knows, the engine could be seized from running it out of oil. It's hard to say at this point. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to throw something on that shaft down there and see if I can get it to budge. Okay, so brief update. I decided to go ahead and buy the tractor and bring it home. I found that the engine is stuck. Could be from years of sitting, could be from running it out of oil. It's hard to say. I'm going to take it home, fill the cylinders up with diesel, and let it soak for a while before I mess with it. Alrighty, that's all for now. Alright guys, I got her all loaded up, headed home. The tractor and the tiller, mower deck's on the tractor. Wasn't very fun to load, but yeah, there she is. Okay guys, one last update. So on the way home, I stopped at a car wash because this thing, you saw the dirt on top of the mower deck earlier. and the rocks on top of them, all that stuff. Well, there was also a bunch of raccoon poop on this thing and under the hood, and hard telling what else. I feel like there's a nasty mouse nest under the flywheel cover, because I pulled this thing into a car wash and power washed this thing clean under the hood and everywhere I could get. And there's a bunch of dark brown, nasty smelling water coming out of the engine covers, so I feel like there's a big mouse nest in there. No shocker, knowing that this thing sat in a barn for a very, very long time untouched. So looks like I'll be tearing into that and power washing the engine, tearing all the tins off of it and power washing it. Yeah, anyways, so it's home. It's mostly cleaned. I also kind of power washed the outside of the rototiller. I didn't get all the tines and stuff. But anyways, just a quick walk around. Before taking it off the trailer, I aired up 3 of the tires. The 2 tires on this side, this one and that one, were flat. There was no air pressure in them. They are currently holding air still. I don't know if you spotted it in the video earlier, but the marker light on this side is missing. I'll have to find one of those. The belt cover on this side of the lower deck is missing. I'll have to source one of those. Every single original FMC seat that I get on a tractor is always in this condition or worse. Very sad. I would love to find at least one nice one someday. But the rest of the tractor cleaned up pretty nice, really. I got the ratchet strap on there to hold the mower deck up to make it easier to move around, because otherwise it's all the way down on the ground. I do have an original hitch that I will be putting on there off of a parts tractor, an H16XL, and it's even the correct color, dark green. That tire was holding air, but it was low, so I put more in it. Seems to be holding fine. That wood block's going to be coming off the pedal there. I do have the cover that goes on this side in the mower deck, and that tire is off the bead, and the wheel's all rusted on the inside bad. So I might be looking at replacing that wheel and then finding a pair of original tires for the front, because the one on the other side is non-original. But there you have it. It is home. The engine is, I'm sure, still stuck. I haven't messed with it since checking it out. But I'm going to take the trailer back to my brother-in-law. And on the way home, I'm going to be getting a gallon of diesel fuel. I'm going to be pouring that in the, filling the cylinders up all the way and let it soak for a while before I mess with that engine. But anyway, there you have it. Hey everybody, a couple last things I forgot to mention. First of all, not 100% sure yet, but more than likely the rototiller for that QT17 will be probably going up for sale. It is located in northern Indiana, so if you want one and are serious about it, please hit me up in the comments and we'll find another way to communicate about it. It appears to have very little use, and it does have the drive shaft with it. But the tines still have, I mean, they are rusty from years of sitting in the dirt, but in the barn that it was in. But they still have some paint on them in places that if it had a lot of use on it, there shouldn't be any paint there. So I believe it has very little use. Very nice looking unit. Another thing is, if you happen to have either a 54-inch mower deck for a QT17, or if you happen to have an extra left side belt guard for the 48-inch deck, please hit me up. Thank you. I am going to be looking for one of those two things. I'd really like to have the 54-inch deck eventually, but right now what I have is the 48-inch deck. I was under the impression it was the 54-inch deck, but it's not. When I got there and looked, it wasn't. But yeah, I am missing the left belt guard. So if you have one extra lying around in good condition, please hit me up in the comments. The last thing is I forgot to add some pictures into the video, so I'm going to add those now.